Good morning. So today I will continue the chapter photosynthesis in higher plants. Okay, so in my previous video you have checked, I hope, that I have discussed about the different early experiments which are related to photosynthesis. Video is not available. Okay, wait. Now? Now okay? Am I visible? Oishiki, can you see the board right now? Oishiki, can you see the board right now? Students, can you hear me properly? You can see the board properly? Okay. Now you can see the board properly, right? So today I will continue the chapter photosynthesis in higher plants. And first I will discuss about where does photosynthesis take place. Okay, so in the cell chapter and different there you have got to know the different cell about the different cell organelles, and today I will discuss about that where photosynthesis is taking place, in which part. You know that photosynthesis is taking place in the green part of the leaf. Okay, so if I draw a green part of a leaf, so photosynthesis is taking place in the green part of the leaves. Why? Which structure is present in the green part of the leaves which is helping them in photosynthesis? So, if we cut the leaf, then we will find some mesophyll cells, right? So, you have read that part, so how it looks like that. Right? So upper layer is, this one is cuticle, below that one is upper epidermis, this one is considered as mesophyll cell, and these cells are palisade parenchyma, and these are loosely spaced cells which are called as spongy parenchyma. Okay, so these are the stomata. So this is the structure of mesophyll cell. Okay, I will tell it at the end of my class. Okay, Aishiki? So in that mesophyll cells of the leaves, large number of chloroplasts are present. Okay, in the mesophyll cells of the leaves, large number of chloroplasts present, and usually chloroplasts align themselves along the wall of the mesophyll cell. Now if I see a structure of a chloroplast, then from this we will get a structure, that is a cell, nucleus, that is a vacuole, and in that position chloroplast will be found. So this structure is chloroplast. Okay, so in that mesophyll cell we will find the chloroplast structure. Now usually what is the position of the chloroplast? Chloroplasts align themselves along the walls of the mesophyll cell. Why? Because so that they can be able to get a maximum amount of incident light. Okay, so that they can get maximum amount of incident light. Now you know the different structure of chloroplast. You have read that in the chapter 8, and within the chloroplast there is a membranous chloroplast is a membranous structure, and inside that chloroplast a membranous system is present which is consisting grana, stroma lamellae, and a fluid called stroma, right? So you can see there the diagram from the book which is in the page number 209. Okay, just check that diagram once again, as I have discussed the structure of the chloroplast in detail in the chapter 8. So if I consider the thylakoid like that, a separate thylakoid, so the position of the chloroplast will be like that. Okay, if I consider this one as a structure of the thylakoid, so this one is the chlorophyll. This is the chlorophyll pigments. Okay, these are the chlorophyll pigments. Now you can see that in the diagrammatic structure of the chloroplast, it is double membranous structure. So an outer membrane and an inner membrane is present, and some stack-like structures are present which are called as grana, and they are connected by a stroma lamellae. Some starch granules are present, some lipid droplets are found in that particular chloroplast structure. Okay, so this membrane system structure inside the chloroplast is responsible for trapping the light energy and also for the synthesis of ATP and NADPH. So what is the function of this structure? That means inside that chloroplast there is a membranous system consisting of grana. Okay, and the stroma lamellae and the fluid which is called as stroma, and there is a clear division of labor can be found inside that chloroplast, and this particular membranous structure is responsible for trapping the light energy and also for the synthesis of the ATP and NADPH. Okay, and inside the stroma, enzymatic reactions incorporate carbon dioxide into the plant, leading to the synthesis of the sugar. Okay, so inside that stroma, so photosynthesis is having mainly two reactions. One is light reaction, another one is dark reaction. So as the enzymes which are required for the dark reactions are present inside the stroma, so what will be the position of the dark reaction? So inside the stroma, dark reaction will occur. Dark reaction will occur, and the first phase of photosynthesis is light reaction. So where light reaction will occur inside that thylakoid. Okay, so in that stoma, reduction of the carbon dioxide into carbohydrate will take place. That means which is considered as sugar. Okay, and that sugar will be converted into the starch which can be used in future. So, the light reactions which are mainly directly light driven, they and so let me write it down now. In the photosynthesis, two reactions can be found, light reaction or dark reaction, or particularly we can call it light dependent or light independent. Dark reaction doesn't mean that it will occur only in the dark. Dark reaction means the actual term you can use, that light independent reaction. That means in that particular reaction light is not mandatory. Okay, it can happen in the presence or absence of the light. That's why the alternative name of dark reaction is light independent reaction. Light independent reaction is the alternative name of the dark reaction, and light reaction which can occur only in the presence of sunlight, that can be called as light dependent reaction. Okay, or it also can be called as photochemical reaction. Okay, why they are called so, I will discuss it later on. Okay, so in the light reaction actually there are some steps which are occurring in the light reaction, and some products are formed after the light reaction which are entering into the dark reaction, and in the dark reaction particularly reduction of the carbon dioxide to carbohydrate is taking place. Okay. So light reaction will occur in the thylakoid and dark reaction will occur in the stroma. Now next step is photosynthetic pigments. Some pigments are present which are helping in photosynthesis. So what are they? So pigments are, what is pigment? That pigments are some molecules which are helping in case of photosynthesis. That's why they are considered as photosynthetic pigments. Okay. So these photosynthetic pigments, this part is in your practical also, that is paper chromatography. Okay, so with the help of that paper chromatography, these photosynthetic pigments from the leaf or the plant can be separated easily. Okay, so a chromatographic separation of the leaf pigment, so that the color that we see in leaves is not due to a single pigment, but due to 4 pigments actually. Okay, so whenever you will perform that chromatographic experiment, so there is a chromatographic paper, we will get at the end of the experiment some bands of different colors. So from that we can conclude that for the photosynthesis there is not only one pigment, there is more than one pigments are present which are taking place in playing role in the photosynthesis. These are called as photosynthetic pigment. So first one is, main photosynthetic pigment is chlorophyll. Main photosynthetic pigment is chlorophyll, and this chlorophyll is of different types. What are they? Chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, chlorophyll C, chlorophyll D, chlorophyll E, and bacteriochlorophyll and bacterioviridin. Okay, so in plants particularly or mainly you can say that chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B can be found. Okay, so these are the different types of chlorophyll. What are they? I am repeating that chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, chlorophyll C, chlorophyll D, chlorophyll E, bacteriochlorophyll and bacterioviridin. Okay, so these 5 can be found in plants and some different algae, and bacteriochlorophyll and bacterioviridin mainly can be found in case of photosynthetic bacteria. As their names suggest, bacteriochlorophyll and bacterioviridin. So chlorophyll, what is the difference between the chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B? So if I consider the structure of the chlorophyll, what we will get that it is having a head portion and a tail portion. Structure of the chlorophyll is a complex structure. Okay, so it is having a head and a tail. In the head portion it is having porphyrin ring, and in the tail we will find phytol side chain. Okay, porphyrin ring in the head and phytol side chain in the tail portion. Now this porphyrin head has 4 chiral rings. This porphyrin head has 4 chiral rings, and magnesium is present at the center of the structure of the chlorophyll, which is present at the head. Okay, so phytol side chain means long hydrocarbon chain. Now this in this particular position there is a N compound, and we will get a structure like that. Okay, and there at this position we can write it R. R means this part is variable. So in that position R, in case of chlorophyll A, a CH3 group is present, but in case of chlorophyll B, a CHO group is present. That is the main difference between chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. Okay, and chlorophyll A shows bluish green type of color, and in chlorophyll B is showing that olive green or yellowish green type of color. Okay, so this chlorophyll A is when you will perform that chromatography, it will show bright or blue green in the chromatogram, and chlorophyll B will show yellow green. Okay, so this chlorophyll C, chlorophyll D, chlorophyll E can be found brown algae, red algae. Okay, this can be found brown algae, this can be found red algae. So these 3 chlorophylls can be found in different type of algae. Now another photosynthetic pigments are, so chlorophyll A, chlorophyll is the main photosynthetic pigment. So beside the main photosynthetic pigments there are some accessory pigments also. So these can be considered as carotenoids. Okay, carotenoids. So what is the main photosynthetic pigment? Chlorophyll, and accessory pigment is carotenoids. It is mainly of 2 types. It is mainly of 2 types. One is carotene and another one is xanthophyll. Okay, so it is the accessory pigment, carotenoids. So under that carotenoids we will get carotene and xanthophyll. Carotene is usually orange in color and xanthophyll is usually yellow in color. Okay, so carotene is usually yellow orange type of color and xanthophyll shows yellow type of color. And what are the differences between these two? That their formula is almost same, like C40H56, C40H56. But in case of xanthophyll it is having C40H56, but oxygen molecule will be added in case of xanthophyll. It may be O, it may be O2, it may be O6. In case of xanthophyll there are different forms can be found. Okay, so where we can get that carotene? We can get it in the tomato. In the tomato, beta carotene can be found. In the chili, lycopene can be found, which are the examples of carotene. Now, xanthine can be found in the fucoxanthin, lutein. You have read that part in the previous chapters. So, these are the different accessory pigments. So, now what are the different functions of main photosynthetic pigments and accessory photosynthetic pigments? First, I am telling you the function of accessory photosynthetic pigments. So, the main function of accessory photosynthetic pigments are they absorb light primarily in the violet and the blue region and pass it to chlorophyll for photosynthesis. Okay, so now we will get another term, that is light spectrum, visible light spectrum, that is VIBGYOR. Right? So, you know the full form of VIBGYOR. So, pigments, what is the main function of these pigments? Pigments has the ability to absorb light at specific wavelengths. Pigments has the ability to absorb light of specific wavelengths. Okay, now that they can absorb the wavelength of visible spectrum of light, which is known as VIBGYOR. Okay, so photosynthesis, chlorophyll A, and that means chlorophyll particularly will absorb the blue and light colored portion, blue and red colored portion, and the other portion, that means violet color, from the violet and blue region, this one will be absorbed by the accessory pigments. Okay, so the next function of accessory pigment is it is protecting the chlorophyll from photooxidation. So for performing the photosynthesis, a continuous supply of light is required. So chlorophyll are absorbing light, but the accessory pigments which are helping to maintain the continuous supply of the light by absorbing the different wavelengths. Okay, so from that we have to know the three graphs. So I will discuss this portion, that is called as action spectrum and absorption spectrum, in my next class. Okay, so have you any doubt? Now tell me, Oishiki, what do you want to know about the practicals? I have already mentioned all the details in that particular video, and in the e-portal also you will get to know everything. I have told you that you have to check the videos and animation from that particular website which I have provided to you all, and you have to write that practical from that book which one I have suggested in the e-portal. Okay, so just follow that one and start writing the practicals, and you can leave only the observation part. In some practicals, some specific observation is required, so I will tell you what you have to write, but start writing the aim, materials required, no need of writing the theory. Aim, materials required, procedure, observation, result, precaution, and the diagram part. You have to write all these. Okay, I have told you so many times, you have to call to the school's office, they will guide you. Okay? So, start writing and check the revised syllabus first, then follow the website. You have to check your revised syllabus first, then you have to follow the website, and after that start writing. Okay, and in my next class or follow the e-portal, I will provide you your project 1 also. Yes, you have to buy the practical copy from the school. Only these practical school's practical copy and the pages will be accepted, nothing else. You can send your parents to the school so that they can buy the practical copy from the school. Okay, so and you can call to the school, then they will guide you. Okay, so thank you everyone.